All right, now I want to apply this model to a very particular situation, which is how would we use this model to analyze the effect of a capital income tax? Okay. So, draw my picture. Here's my capital stock. FK. Here's my elastic supply of capital. This is rho plus delta. That's my competitive equilibrium. K star. Right. Now, what would happen in a world where there was a capital income tax? That is where capital was being taxed by the government. What would happen? What would happen? There was a tax on capital. Well, instead of being here, there would be a horizontal line that would reflect not just what you have to pay the owners of capital, which is rho plus delta, but what you have to pay, including the tax being paid by the government. This would now be the equilibrium capital stock, K bar. This would be the tax revenue of the government. This would be the government revenue. And this would be received by the capital owners. And this would be what's received by the workers, but the workers would also get F0, right? Then we get F0 plus this triangle. That's what workers would get. They would get F0 plus the triangle, right? W equals F0 plus the triangle. Everybody agrees with that? That would go to the government. That's the equilibrium wage to workers. Now, what would happen if the government eliminated the tax on capital? Well, first off, who's paying the tax? Who's paying the tax in this world? Well, the real wage would have been this area plus F0 if there hadn't been a tax on capital. Instead, the real wage is this area plus F0. So the workers have lost out from this capital tax to the tune of that trapezoid, right? That's how much workers have lost from the capital tax. So in this world, workers are not paying a cent to the government as measured by checks written, right? In this world, workers live in a paradise. They never pay a dime to the government. All the money paid to the government comes from the greedy owners of capital, who pay the entire amount that's collected by the government. But nonetheless, the true burden of the tax would be entirely on workers. Okay. Everybody understand that? That is relative to a world where there was no tax, the true burden of the tax. Now you have to ask, what does the government do with the money? Because there is some revenue that comes out of this. I don't know, maybe they give it all to the capital owners. Maybe they give it all to the workers. They give it to somebody. But it's true, this is the amount going to the government. So the workers pay the tax. Actually, the workers not only pay the tax, they pay the deadweight loss from having less capital than you'd have in the non-taxed equilibrium. In fact, in this world, you'd be better off taxing workers directly because you could raise the revenue with a somewhat lower effective tax rate, right? You could actually lower the overall taxes collected because you would end up collecting, you would eliminate the distortion in the usage of capital. Okay. Any questions that people have? And that's true even if labor is elastically supplied, because if you get rid of the capital tax and replace it with a direct labor tax, the real wage rate is actually going to go up, not down. So you're going to have less distortion actually in the labor market as well in that.